Just as working hard to make money doesn't guarantee happiness or success, nor does becoming a minimalist guarantee contentment. It's what you do with them afterwards that yields the results. In fact, if you choose to rid yourself of all of your possessions without following up in some kind of positive way, you might find yourself very unhappy. So when looking at how a minimalistic approach to living could actually benefit one's health, it is not that the minimalist owns less possessions that creates a healthier environment, but is more that having less clutter and accumulation of goods impacts one's mind on a much more positive psychological level. Owning too much stuff or having large financial obligations can hinder one's ability to be spontaneous and flexible. In many ways, the more stuff one has, the more one must stay responsible and obligated to those possessions, which in turn absorbs one's time and freedom. This not only impacts one's mental health, but their physical health as well. As there is no denying that a healthy mind can assist one's body in remaining healthy, the opposite also holds true. Research has shown that when given too many options or giving too large of a variety of selections to choose from, many people's ability to be spontaneous can be shut down. That having an overwhelming variety of choices at their fingertips can actually be exhausting and paralyzing for many people. Here, the psychological advantage to having less allows comfort in selection rather than being overwhelmed by having too much choice. Having just what one needs allows for contentment in selection, as well as having the ability to remain spontaneous in exploring new opportunities as they arise. This freedom of choice tends to unburden one's mind, making them more apt to be social and experience life outside of their homes on a more regular basis. Science has clearly shown that the human brain and physical body respond poorly to disorganization, and that owning too many possessions, along with the responsibility of maintaining those possessions, tends to drain one's cognitive resources, reducing one's ability to focus, remain positive, and to carry oneself in a confident manner, but tends to do the opposite by reducing one's appreciation for simpler things, creating mental and physical stress, affecting one's sleep and anxiety levels, while also triggering coping and avoidance strategies, which make one more likely to remain indoors and indulging in unhealthy habits. So it is through freedom from life's trappings and simplifying one's lifestyle and the amount of possessions they own will have a profound impact on one's sense of calm, clarity, and overall well-being. And because our environments have a direct role in determining the status of our mental health, living in an unorganized, cluttered environment that lacks aesthetic charm or flow can have a huge effect on one's well-being without them even knowing. In an Indiana University study, it was reported that people that lived or worked in extremely cluttered environments were 77% more likely to be overweight, and that the condition of one's home had more to do with one's physical activity than any of the other factors that were considered during the study. Although it suggested in some regards that a messy, unorganized environment could inspire the creativity in some individuals, most of the participants found that a clean, organized environment with no mental or physical distractions created the best possible environment for focus and productivity. Because living a simplistic lifestyle tends to redirect one's attention towards personal growth, connections, and experiences rather than pursuits of materialism or self-admiration, a minimalist tends to become more aware of their internal self and their current level of health. As uncluttered living and work environments promote harmony and tranquility, living a simplistic lifestyle tends to place one firmly in the present moment. And because the minimalist remains in the present for the most part, their priorities are better served. From diet to employment, most minimalists will simplify each area of their life while enhancing and bringing contentment to their existence. With greater focus on experiences, relationships, and emotional needs, the shift to living a more simplistic lifestyle helps to naturally cultivate gratitude and contentment and a deep appreciation for one's well-being. In a study conducted by the University of North Texas on the link between minimalism and happiness, 80% of the participants attributed their mental well-being to prioritizing their values first over material possessions or money. It was found through the study that a life with fewer wants or desires brought more contentment and less to consider on a material level, thus allowing the participants to make much more purposeful choices in their life, which had a positive impact on their overall sense of well-being. But as mentioned, it's not the act of becoming a minimalist that creates this shift, but rather it's the mindset that one takes on when embarking on this lifestyle. For one must find comfort in having only what is required for them to live a life of contentment. A true minimalist cannot help but think of quality over quantity when given freedom of choice. And although material goods can have a positive impact on a consumer's life, the study indicated that those people who retained their health and cultivated meaningful relationships over those who worked mainly to gain money and power lived far more productive, joyful, and satisfying lives. In research published by the International Journal of Applied Positive Psychology, participants from the UK, Australia, USA, Canada, and Germany all indicated that reducing the amount of debt and possessions in their lives afforded them a myriad of healthy benefits, including the freedom to align with their own personal values, the feeling of being in control of their lives and their environment, more time for internal reflection and mindfulness, less fatigue, stress, anxiety, and depression, and an abundance of positive emotions, joy, and peacefulness. Well, that's about it this time around. Thank you for hanging in there with me. I really appreciate it. If you could do me the favor and like this content, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment, that'd be fantastic. All the very best to you. Take care now. Bye-bye.